Hello everyone, this is Recovering Yankee. I'm here to show you some progress in my two beautiful raised bed gardens made of cinder blocks that you actually saw me make on this video channel. You can see that these peppers have grown, these pepper plants here have grown to be at least 2 to 3 feet tall now. I haven't taken a tape measure. As you can see, these are the Thai dragons right here. I've been eating a couple of those. I got a couple red ones. They're not actually red yet. They're supposed to be red when they're ripe. They're like a deep brown, as you can see. A deep brown. Okay? Some of them are green still, like that. But on this plant over here, they're still green. This plant's green. Here's a habanero that fell on the ground. It's already rotting away. Now, here's some other habaneros. Look, I got one orange habanero today. First one. See right there? First orange habanero. I love it. I can't wait. I'm going to eat that today when I make my rice. Looks like some of these are turning yellow. Over here, that one. Right over there. And I got some pretty good big green ones here, like that. Those are the habaneros. Here's another yellow habanero right over here. Okay, right here. But mostly they're green. Now, if I remember correctly, over here is where I planted the ghost peppers. Yep, these are ghosts, red ghosts. And I don't have any ghost peppers growing yet at all. Got a nice weed right there. Grasses, I'm going to throw that out. Weeds are not welcome in my garden. Now, over here, these are the long cayennes. They're green. See, it's a nice green one. They're supposed to be red, of course. They're not very hot. I've actually tried green habaneros. Not hot at all. I tried some of the green Thai dragons. They're hot. They're hot. Not as hot as they should be, but they're hot. Over here you can see in my second garden, this is where I planted all my Carolina Reapers. No Carolina Reapers are growing yet. None whatsoever. They're not even buds. Carolina Reapers. And over here, more grass growing in my field here. How dare you grass grow? And you can see again, cayenne right here, still green. Now these peppers over here, I believe are the jalapenos. No, hot cayennes. Hot cayennes. And right here, sweet potatoes. As you can see, my sweet potatoes are growing like crazy. I like it. Sweet potatoes are growing like crazy. They're starting to vine out. I've never grown sweet potatoes before, so I have no idea what I'm expecting. If any of you can tell me what I should expect from these plants, how I should know when they're ready, or do they just grow off the vines? They're going to be hanging on the ground. I'm not sure. And over here I have basil. I love to eat basil. Get off my plants. Get off my plants. I think this is spearmint. Yep, spearmint right here. More basil, and regular mint. So, oh, I love it. Basil. Best smelling, best tasting plant I've ever grown. Anyway, just want you keep up to date with my progress. And now I'm going to show you the progress I've made with the chickens in the chicken tractor. As you can see, these chickens are getting very big. I put a tarp over the top, and obviously you can see it, I put the ladder on top and some pieces of wood. The pieces of wood are to hold the tarp down, the ladder is to hold the chicken tractor down. Now, why not use weights or something? Well, weights probably will rust, so I'm not using weights. Now, right there, I don't know if you can see this from this video. See what the chickens are standing on? That's the roost I put up for them. And there's another one right over there. And you can see here's what it looks like without the tarp. So the tarp area is for the shade. We send them out there for water if they want water. We put the food in all 3 different areas. Okay? And you can see the chickens are scratching and crapping everywhere. This is what the grass looks like after the chickens have been in there for 1 or 2 days. You can see the area where it's clearly where the chickens have not been, over here on the left. That's where the chickens have not been. And you can see over here is where the chickens have been. The grass gets scratched away and eaten up and walked around on and trampled. Same thing here. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there is the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas where they've been. Now today, my son and I will move the chickens tractor from here to the next spot over on the other side. Right over there, next spot over. Let me show you from a different angle. We're going to move them from here directly over. Each time I move the chicken tractor with my son, one of the poles, in this case it'll be this pole right here, will be exactly over, and that new pole over there will be exactly in this spot. So I always put the pole, one of the poles, on the next spot. How do I say that better? This pole right here, right there, when I move the tractor, will be directly on this part of the grass right there, so that the grass is continually being eroded or trampled from place to place. Now, the other thing is I have to do is, I'm not going to mow this. I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to leave this area right here unmowed. I'm going to put the chicken tractor right there and see what happens when I come back. Anyway, we've got our beautiful white chicken, which is named Jonathan Livingston Chicken. My son has named all the comments. Like you can see, we have 4 comments left. We had 8 comments. We lost 4 of them. The black chicken was the runt of the family. I don't know the name of that one yet. And we have the spotted chicken, which is gray and white. And we have a light gray chicken. So, hey chickies, hey chickies. Here, chickies. Now the chickens have learned to come to my name or my sound or my words that I use. I'll say, hey chickies, it's me. Hey chickies. Hey chick. And they come to me. I don't mean they come to my name, that's dumb. They don't know my name. I said that was a word that came out of my mouth by accident. So they come to either my smell or my appearance, or the fact that I usually shake a bag of food when I'm near them, and they think, oh, food, come and get it. my name was come and take it, and they say come and get it. Anyway, you can see they have a nice shaded area, and they stay fresh and cool. Soon we're going to, when they're trained or big enough, we're going to let them out of the cage and out of this chicken tractor, and we are going to let them free in the yard. Today, I don't know if you can see it. Today I'm going to move that compost pile right there that I started over to this part of the yard where it's all sandy. Low country of South Carolina, sand. Beach sand all over the place. All over there. And so I'm going to put the compost pile in the corner by that telephone pole. And then I'm going to, I have to clean all this stuff up on the back porch here. The wood is for that plywood right there is for the chicken coop. That screen is for the bins that I put the chickens in at night, or when we used to put them in under the heat lamp. Obviously my chair that I sit on, barbecue grill, blah, blah, blah. And all that stuff is from when I was metal scrapping. It's leftovers from that I have never turned in. So I got to do all that. And so that's a project for today. I want to make sure it's nice and presentable when my son comes to visit me. Oh, another idea I have for my good friend is I'm going to cut this gutter spout off at an angle. I'm going to maybe cut it right up there. And I'm going to put that bottom tube, move it up there, and I'm going to put a rain gathering tank right over here. And the rain gathering tank is what I'm going to use to feed the chickens with, to water the chickens. Okay? That's my next project. Of course, I'll keep you up to date and show you every step of the way. I've also, as you can see, I've been foaming up the so-called exhaust vents on the bottom of the house, what they call the crawl space. Now, why is Recovering Yankee filling in those holes with foam? A couple reasons. Number one, keeps the palmetto bugs from climbing in whenever they want to, which means they go into the house through that vent. Number two, allowing moisture, hot moisture from the South Carolina weather, from the South Carolina climate, to congregate under my house. It causes my house to grow mold under there, which causes the floors to rise up and down. Some of our floors in our house are high, some are low, and it's like you're walking through like a wave. That's because this house was built in 1976 or 78. And at that time, they thought the technology of having a crawl space with vents was sufficient to keep the moisture out. What a joke. I wonder who those engineers were that thought of that, because they're idiots. The moisture doesn't have anywhere to go. It just congregates under there, and it starts making everything moldy. They didn't put in any electric fans to move the moisture out. So why did they think that moisture is just going to move out on its own? I mean, we're talking about people that are engineers that can't figure that out for the life of me. I can't figure it out. They can't figure it out. You have to be pretty smart to become an engineer. And they don't even know that moisture doesn't just travel around. It has to have air currents to travel around on. But then again, I'm just an average person. I'm not an engineer. How would I know that? Okay, so I'm filling in all the vents. Once all the vents are filled in, I'm going to cover that with a piece of wood and decorate it nicely. I'm going to probably paint it brick color so you can't really tell it's there. I got to go all the way around the house and do that everywhere. I think there's about 8 or 10 vents. Now, once I get all the vents closed off with foam and pieces of wood, then what I'm going to do is take a dehumidifier under the house, and I'm going to suck all the moisture out from under the house. Then, once the moisture is sucked out, or maybe concurrently while I'm sucking the moisture out, I'm going to run an ozone jet under the house for about 5 or 6 hours. And said ozone jet will kill every bit of mold that's under the house, destroy every fungus that's under the house, and my house will no longer smell like musty on the inside. So, again, I would like to give my heartfelt thanks to those wonderfully intelligent engineers that came up with a concept that crawl spaces need vents because the congregating moisture simply will leave through the vents. I want to give them a hearty handshake and a hearty well done. Well done, engineers, well done. Please like and subscribe and share. Thank you very much.